Hi there everybody, how's it going? Hope you're all doing extremely well. This is Matt the Tomato right here. Thank you ever so much for tuning in and welcome back to some more Emperor here in EU4. We're playing as England and I might have told a slight lie at the start of this playthrough when I said it wasn't going to be a Let's Drunk. Well, actually, it's not going to be a Let's Drunk, of course it's not, but I've had a tough couple of days, good couple of days, but tough, and I mean, I won't beat myself up that much, but I feel like I've worked exceptionally hard to get to where I am in these past couple of days. So I think I've earned myself a beer, and so I'm drinking McEwan's Champion today. This is an ale I've not had before. 7.3% alcohol-based volumes, quite a strong one. But cheers, guys. Oh yes, that is a strong beer. Ooh. Okay, yeah, that is a very strong beer. Anyway, if you're interested in learning a bit about beers and stuff like that, I'm currently doing a 1000 beers challenge, so check out the link in the description below for that. But we were contemplating the possibility of attacking Burgundy with the view to stealing a couple of their subjects, and I think that that would be a very good idea. Now, what we did see at the end of that last part there, at the end of the last session, was that Austria went and declared a war. So if I decided to attack Burgundy here, I don't think... No, Austria would in fact be willing to join, which is very interesting. But I reckon we can take them on by ourselves here with France involved. I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to do that. So let's go ahead and drop these troops in and around over this way. And I think we could also potentially make use of our ships. I don't know how good the ships are going to be of all the subjects over here, but I feel like we might be able. I think we will be able to, in fact, tackle Burgundy. In fact, France has a tech advantage right now. Interesting to know. France is currently ahead of everybody else in technology, so their troops are going to be pretty good. They don't quite have the Elan yet, but they have also taken offensive ideas, so their military is going to be very, very strong going forward here. But I think I'm going to declare war here. Now, Brittany will join. Now, is it worth maybe going to smash up Brittany nice and quick here? It could be, because I'm slightly concerned that perhaps Burgundy and all the subjects will jump on this French army here. There's a lot of cannons in there as well. So I might use one army to go and smash up Brittany whilst the other army takes on Burgundy along with France here. And I'm hoping that Burgundy is actually going to be a little bit scared of this. So, let's declare war. I actually have a claim myself on Rothellois here. That's this one here. Interesting, okay. Obviously, France has a pile of claims. I'm not really looking to feed France that heavily. So I'm going to use my own... see, it's a difficult fort, actually. I don't really want to feed them that heavily, but let's go ahead and declare this war. I'll go for Rothellois. It's a bit of a... yeah, not 100% convinced by taking this one. But then Picardy, Artois, they're not involved here. Cambrai-C is also not involved in any of these Casus Belli here. So yeah, we will go for Rothellois then. Brittany will be called in. We're not going to call in anybody on our side. I don't think we need to. So let's give it a go then. Let's declare war. So, Brittany is of course immediately involved here. So I'm going to attempt maybe to go and siege down that capital nice and quickly here. And I might have a go at this siege. Depending on what the French do here. In fact, they're heading down this way, so I think I'm going to go. I'm actually going to go and support here. I'm going to go and try to support the French in this particular battle. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, make sure that that fleet is away here. Burgundy actually does have a couple of heavies. Now, I don't know what... so that's Flanders there. I don't know what Holland has. So we'll look into that as and when. We can tech up on Diplo, which could be useful, but we're going to use these Diplo points here to hopefully transfer a subject in some manner. So I might go ahead and try some conversions instead. So the only one that's not accepted here is Walloon. Now that is quite a lot of Diplo points, but at the same time, it's also Calais as well, which will be helpful for obviously the trade and things like that, because at the moment there's a big malus here. Actually, it's tax modifier, but it is a good development province, so there is in fact a tax modifier penalty there currently in existence. So let's make sure that we come in here. I'm going to support this French army as and when I can. What is, I should have probably checked this before the war, what is the liberty desire of these subjects? Okay, most of them are relatively okay, although Brabant is a little bit high there. So we might be able to, if we beat up enough on Burgundy, we might be able to force them to go bankrupt or something like that, which could be really interesting in the sense of we might be able to convince these subjects to become really disloyal, so they'll no longer help out in any wars. They may decide to come after this army here, and in that, yeah, I was well out of position to do that. In fact, France is going to go and try and help over there, I think, which is a natural move. So there's, yeah, I was going to say, that's a pointless... I wouldn't have done that. I would have just, yeah, left it to it there. Yeah, I'm looking to get rid of Brittany quite quickly here. So I'm okay for them to try and siege Calais like that. That is the entirety of the Burgundian army. Okay. They do have a morale of armies bonus in there. That's right. They've also got 2 offensive ideas. What are the first 2 again? I can't remember. Land leader shock and recruitment time. Okay, so they haven't quite got some of these super good ones out of offensive ideas yet, so that's okay. This army standing here is not particularly brilliant. We should probably... That is a sieging stack, so... Liège is Bretonian, yeah. And also, sieging French territory is not the end of the world. I could tech up here, but I don't think I need to. So actually what I think I'm going to do then is I'm going to try and maybe pick up a little bit more crown land. So let's go ahead and dump in some diplo points into London here. That's a very... Ooh, wave of obscurantism. We're okay for national unrest right now, aren't we? Yeah, we can tank a bit of national unrest here. That's not the end of the world. That is a very... isolated army. It's a very isolated army. The other thing is, as soon as I get Brittany out of the war, I can bring these 2 stacks across here. So we're definitely going to win this siege before any of these 2 other sieges. Although Holland is actually progressing quite well over there, which is slightly annoying. But we do have a blockade in place down there as well. That does help. These 5 cannons will help massively with this siege. But I am tempted to maybe make a small move over here to do this. And I'm thinking of piecing out Brittany, moving this army in over to Alençon, and then flanking in from the back here. And that army from Burgundy will come and join in. But in fact, that's their sieging army, and I'm confused as to why they're not using it to siege. He's got a few traits, so he's actually won quite a lot of battles. Let's move in here. This could backfire quite considerably, but... We'll see. Austria was re-elected. Fair enough. They've now gone into a regency, though. The other thing I'm hoping, though, is that France doesn't decide to abandon this siege in order to try and help us out here. I don't think we need... Yeah, they're progressing really well over there, which is not necessarily what I want. I need this siege to be won very, very quickly here. I need it won, and I need it won now. There we go. Thank you very much, game. Right, move in over this way. Let's make sure we piece out Brittany here. I don't care what they want. Well, we might be able to nick a few things, actually. Can we take all their money? We can. Possibly war reparations? Yes, we can have war reparations. Fabulous. Send demand. Get out the war. Right, so that's ditched Brittany out the war. So that means we can now focus our full attention on this. Calais is very likely to fall there, which is a little bit frustrating. Right. Burgundy is likely to come across in here, but I tell you what, where the French troops are relatively close by, I'm actually going to go and launch an attack on this army here, and it might provoke... Oh, the Protestant Reformation in 1488! Gee whiz, that is an early Protestant Reformation. That is a very early Protestant Reformation, and it's formed over here in what is basically the Croatian... That's really weird. What a really weird place. Okay, sure. Right, so I have moved to engage here. That has prompted this army to move, which is fair enough. There's no leader to start with here, though, so I'm hoping to get a good amount of damage. France is coming in here as well. So let's make sure that we do actively throw everything at this one here, because... Oh, an admiral is dead. Right, I thought that was a... Right, I thought that was a general, and that wouldn't have been good. It's also forced an abandonment of the siege up there, which is brilliant news. We also won the battle. which is even better. So let's move with the sieging stack to Picardy, and let's go over here and de-siege Valois and start moving into Burgundian territory here. France did not abandon that siege either, and I'm very, very happy that that happened. We're actually going to engage over this way with this army from Flanders, but that's another victory, which is great news. Okay. So yeah, if we can start sieging over this way, France might actually occupy that one, because they do have a claim there. They might do. Let's move out of there. Cool, okay. We are still culture converting over this way. That's a bit interesting. Really? We've barely got any morale there. I'm going to go in and engage that, because they don't quite have the morale. So I'm going to go in there and snipe Brabant's army there. Quarantined influenza expired, that's good. That was a stack wipe. Nice stuff there. Let's move out. Actually, let's spend some diplo points on another admiral, because we've got lots kicking around. Let's move out here and blockade that fort. Have more ships in the area just in case. And, can I go there? I can. Probably don't necessarily need to. Where's that French army going here? You're going back. That siege doesn't have very long there, so I'm hoping that they'll win that one, and then maybe they're going to combine their two armies here. I'm hoping that's what France decides to do, to go after this Burgundian army, which is allowing a lot of sieging to take place up here. Yes, thank you for getting out of there. Yeah, I think that they're moving their armies a bit closer together here, which is good. I'm glad that that's happening. We've also got a bit more siege ability now. Could do with maybe one or two more cannons here, actually. Not going to lie. Let's just stand there for the moment and loot. I'm okay to do that right now. At the very least, we want this fort won here. There we go. So that fort has now been won. That's prompted Burgundy to move. So let's move into the war goal here, even though that's not really the sieging army, because France has got its two sets of armies combined here now, and I'm trusting them with the ability to attack over this way. They might decide to do so. They do have the tech advantage, of course. They are going in here. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so they're also catching the wrong army out of position here. I would move that other army in. Yes. Unfortunately, France is taking the terrain penalty, but they do have the tech advantage. They might not win, though. No, they didn't. Okay, they lost. But that's given us a little bit of time to do some sieging at the top here, so it's not the end of the world. Distracting Burgundy slightly. Also, if they're occupying French provinces, I'm not too bothered by that. Oh, the army reformer is dead. Actually, yeah. Yeah, we currently need, even though it's only a +1, we do currently need the morale of armies, so let's take that. We can also take the next quality idea, but I think I'll wait for the technology this time. And I'm also going to go ahead and dump a tiny bit more development into London there. I'm going to save a little bit of development, though, for London should colonialism spawn, because I don't think we're going to get that to spawn in our country. But what we can do is we can dump some points into our capital to make it a strong capital, but also help the spread of colonialism. Because I think it's going to spawn in Portugal. Now, one of the upsides to being bordered with Portugal here and being allied is that when colonialism spawns here, it will spread to our provinces because we're friendly. So that's actually a bonus in our favour. I'll tell you what I'm going to do in a minute. I'm going to move... when this... Oh, Airfall's ill! Oh dear. I would trust in that we would get another air, but I'm still going to go ahead and send in a trained medicus. And he is dead! Okay, so we now have an issue where we have no air. House de Borgia. Whose dynasty is that? Is that the Aragonese dynasty? Oh, that's interesting, okay. So, also, what I want to look at is this. Personal union with England continues. Yeah, we need to make sure we get an heir really here. So we probably want to stay at war for quite a while. Okay, so that siege has been won. There's now going to be a battle here. I'm going to move this army into a sieging position. And then I'm going to move this other army south to go and support the French here, because I think they could do with a few extra numbers. We're going to absolutely flatten that army. Sorry, that navy. Excellent. Admiral has gained the movement speed trait. We barely took any damage there either as well. That's brilliant stuff. Okay, we'll make sure we will dock up there, though, just to be sure. Right, so now that army's in position, let's move southbound with this army. And we're going to attempt... Oh, no, they're moving this way. Interesting. Okay. Prospering times. Cork. What could we invest in Cork? Actually, some rather good production, but we don't necessarily need the Diplo points. So let's just go with the tax base then. Also, the admin points are nice. So, yeah, let's move down this way. They're currently sieging over here. Might be able to threaten over this way. So we probably want to stay at war for quite a while here. Also, if we attack into that, then they will take all of the penalties in the world. You're coming here as well. Is it worth me having a go at this? Let's have a go. Go on then. There's French troops coming in. Let's give this one a shot. I think if I'm correct... Yes, because they're considered the attacker because they're sieging the fort. They're going to take the terrain penalty, and with France coming in here as well, I think we're good. Yeah, it was looking a bit dicey for a while there, but yeah, we actually are going to win that battle, which is good. Okay, we've now got Glory Seeker, so prestige and army tradition from land battles increased. That's pretty good. What do I want to do next? I think I want to stand here to recover some of that army, but also to loot some provinces here, because there's plenty of money to be made. This is allowing all these forts to progress as well, which is kind of nice. We have full repair here. Let's go and assist Orléans with that siege by chucking in a blockade on the coast of Holland. We're going to need to occupy forts in Holland as well, so this is going to be a long war, regardless of whether we want to stay at peace, stay at war or not, because we want a new heir and stuff like that. We want to occupy a lot of land here, so we need to be at war for quite a while. Might pop in. I don't know. Let's see. Let's go over here actually. Could siege the capital. That would give us a lot of war score. But I'd rather use the actual sieging army for that. Speaking of, I think I'm actually going to go ahead and create another cannon here. Just going to drop it in there. Just an extra cannon could be quite useful for a couple of these sieges. In particular, I think we get an extra bonus. No, it's 4 cannons for the extra bonus. Right, so maybe we'll go with 4 cannons then. We'll get a +4 against capital forts, but we'll get a +2 against regular forts. So, yeah, let's go with a couple of extra cannons in this army here. Just to boost the sieging a bit. Because some of these sieges are going okay, but they're taking a little bit longer. Iron Men! Okay, heavy ship combat ability improved. We're not quite blockading as well here. Let's go ahead and shove the transports in there then. To provide additional blockading material. That should be enough at that point, I think. Yeah, there we go. Much better. Okay, advancement of the merchant classes has expired. Okay, we won that siege as well. France sieged that one up for us. Good. We've actually got a few extra troops now. Anti-clericalism. Gain a pile of money, lose autonomy in Cantabria. Bugers hate us. Okay, interesting. Or piss off the clergy. Yeah, we'll take this one then. That's fine. Artois has been occupied. Excellent. Ooh, snipe there, please. Okay, we've won the Siege of Rothellois. Now, that's an important one because that's actually the war goal. So, yeah, snipe in there. Can I move to there? I can. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. We will siege the capital eventually, although I think France has kind of got that covered. So, yeah, let's... oh, really? You idiots! That's not helpful when you're abandoning sieges like that. It's really not helpful. There's a Burgundian army just, yeah. was kicking around over here. I don't think it was sure what to do. Okay, all of our armies, apart from this one, are sieging at the moment. Right, walk in there. 25% malice. I don't think we want to take that, no. Right, here come the cannons. Let's make sure they arrive safe as well. So let's go ahead and do this across the top here. Hopefully they arrive safely. Don't want them to get bopped. They're doing a bit of de-sieging here, but also they've got the wrong army in that siege, which is slightly frustrating. But oh well. This will hopefully speed up some of our sieges as well, so that's also helpful. Charleroi has been occupied, yeah, blah 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 blah. Holland is staying over there. Okay, I was a little bit interested by that, but no. Let's walk this on. Actually, no. Let's keep this in a position over here to be able to defend there. So actually, yeah, I'll keep. Yeah, okay, that one's one. Let's move in that one there then. Battle of the coast of Holland, excellent. More victories at sea. Confident enough now to. Yeah, they're protecting trade. Okay, they kind of just sat there at the moment. I don't know why. I think that must be a bug. Or oh no, they're hiding from fleets, but I don't see why. They don't need to. Right, cannons arrived safely. Good stuff. We were discovered building a spy network. That's a bit annoying. Okay, so we were discovered there. Pretender rebels in Portugal. Interesting. Is there anybody we badly need to improve relations with? You actually have no legal heir either. Interesting. Okay, we could do with a little bit of improvement over here in Portugal. Let's go ahead and make sure that we're saying to them that for now we do want to be friends. Although at some point I think we are going to want to backstab, which never happened in history. The English-Portuguese alliance is the oldest alliance in human history. It's still in place today. Like it's the one of the oldest alliance. It is the oldest alliance in human history. I think between England and Portugal. Okay, sieges are being won left, right, and centre here. We got this one progressing. Salt crisis. Oh dear. This one's progressing very, very nicely. This one's progressing really well. This one even better. So yeah, we're doing okay here. An attempted siege on this capital is probably not the wisest thing to do with a non-cannon army, so I might move this one in instead. Or do I move this one into the next one over there? Yeah, we could do with an heir right now. Incorruptible. Okay. Yeah, they might win this siege down here. So actually what I might do is I might make a move down there. So I'll move the 20k stack to siege, and then I'll move this army down here. Pretender rebels in Brittany as well. Peasants' war in Hungary. Who went bankrupt? Karakanunlu. Okay, that siege has been won. Nice. We're probably paying quite a bit for these forts. We've also just won that siege. Nice. Let's get in over there and siege Brabant's capital. And we're going to make our way towards Holland here. And so as soon as that army arrives, we'll move this one out, and we will look to possibly try and threaten down here. As soon as they arrive, there we go. Look at the siege progress that was just generated there. It went from -42 to -7. Although cannons aren't great at this particular time, against capital forts they're very good. So, and we got a siege pip general in there as well, haven't we? Yeah, we got a siege pip in there. Heretico Combrendo acting Castile. We're about to max out on Diplo points. Yes, that is true. Are there any other possible culture conversions we can do here? Let's convert that Cornish. No, let's just do that. I suppose you could convert the Welsh as well, but it's a bit heretical, isn't it? But there's only 3 provinces with Welsh. Oh no, 4. Yeah, let's do it. We don't necessarily have to, but I think I will. just to spend some of these Diplo points on other things. We do get a slight tax penalty for these sorts of things. And once we form Great Britain, these cultures will be automatically accepted, but we might as well just convert it now. Just to, whilst we've got the excess points. There's also an army from Muscovy sieging over this side. That must be in the Swedish Independence War, but that's a very... wow, interesting. Okay. I feel like I really want to attack this army. In fact, that army has just run away. The problem is I don't want that siege to be abandoned. This one here. If they can win that siege right now... oh, the Burgundian succession has happened. Okay. Brittany will defend us. Burgundy has inherited all of this land. And Brittany, I think, has joined in a union. Oh no, Brittany is now leading a personal union with Burgundy. Fucking hell. Might as well revoke the embargo because they're no longer a rival. Wowzers. Okay. So we're now negotiating peace with Brittany here, I think. Are we actually... no, it's still... okay, right. Yeah, so we're still... are we still able to negotiate with Burgundy here? Right, so here's where we're kind of deciding whether or not we want to go Catholic or Protestant here in a certain way. But I think for now, I might just go heresy. Yeah, let's go heresy for now. That's kind of the decision that you take, you know, when you're deciding whether or not to go Protestant or Catholic. That's, yeah. So we're in an interesting war here. I think Burgundy is no longer a great power. Brittany is now considered a great power. Lol. I'm going to attack here. There's no leader there. I'm going to go and attack that. Can we take up on military at all while we're close? Okay. I will attack this army here. Because... oh, Bordeaux is no longer the seat of a cardinal. That was a leaderless army and... ooh. Oh, okay. One of our cardinals moved to France. That's why we lost the cardinal over there. Okay, sure. But that's okay. That's not the end of the world. So, right, we have won this siege. So now we want to move over here. This is the siege we really want to win here. But actually, instead, I think we want to go in there. I think I'm going to push for 100% war score here. The other thing I can do is I can take a papal power now. I was thinking about national tax modifier. Could take year legitimacy or a bit of mercantilism. I think I might just take national tax modifier. 15% is quite big. Oh, so France has in fact occupied those provinces. I don't want to feed France, you see, so... they're French cause, though, that's the thing. But I'm not interested in actually taking any of this land here. I'm more interested, actually, in securing some of this. Now, here's a question. Can Holland be released? They can. And the problem with that is we can no longer transfer them over as a subject. So our actual war goal that we originally intended is now not going to happen. Where we wanted to transfer a subject. So instead what's going to happen is we're probably going to outright conquest some land here. Which is not brilliant. I suppose we could release Picardy and Diplo vassalize. They may, however, decide to join the HRE. Yeah, they might decide to join the HRE, that's the thing. Which obviously we can't subjugate them in that case, but I might try. Or we release Flanders. And we attempt to subjugate Flanders. Because none of their territory is part of the HRE. But I don't know how strong, I don't know how useful that's going to be. It might be better to just take territory for ourselves here. Could give one province over to France, I suppose. I could do. We're being attritioned here. Right, so I don't think we need to stand this army over here anymore. So let's move back here. Army does not need to be here. So yeah, that's actually a shame. I was really keen on trying to grab some of this territory here. We could still take it, we just have to lower the unrest before a certain amount of time and convert this Dutch. Well, we have to convert it really quick, otherwise the Netherlands are going to declare independence. So we'll try, see what we can do there. We could try to take this, I suppose. It'd be very expensive though, because it's very high development. But this province in particular is huge. Yeah. So I might just take provinces up the English Channel. Be very expensive, but it might be worth it. So Picardy to join up the country, then a couple of other provinces along here. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. I need to take that fort though. Burgundy has now gone bankrupt, so this should be really easy now. In fact, they're quite tempted to go, oh no, we haven't breached the walls there. So we can take both these techs now without worrying so much, because we're no longer looking to transfer any subjects. That's really annoying, actually. Yeah, there's no subjects to transfer over here. We can release nations, but you know, half of them are going to be either part of the HRE or other things. So, what? Oh, you have actually... Okay. I'm not too keen on actually giving these over, so I don't really want to feed France. So if I then sue for peace... Yeah, that changes because they haven't occupied anything. Okay, yeah, that's what I want. Still need an heir as well, so yeah, I'm going to switch these over as well. Don't want to feed France. They're French cause, but I don't want to feed them because they might get ideas. So only 12% liberty desire right now, though, so that's good. Also, English diplomatic reputation is huge. So improving relations with target-owned subjects. That's fine. We're making sure to improve there. Right, Burgundy really wants out here, but I'm concerned that once we end this war, we don't have an heir. Apparently, we do. See, according to these guys, we do. But he doesn't actually exist. What? Two of a kind. Ooh, skill 3 discipline advisor. It's actually going to be quite worthwhile, actually. Yeah. Let's take the skill 3 advisor here, who is half price. Yeah, 430 a month for +3 military points. Yeah, like it. Let's do that. Still got a good amount of power points coming in as well. So yeah, if we ended the war and we didn't have an heir and our king were to die, we would take on the Aragonese dynasty. But would we lose France in a PU? That's the question. I feel like we would. We've won that siege, okay. But if we want to take land over here in this zone, we need to occupy this fort. So we need to get over there, basically. We need to get in over there and occupy that fort, because we'll get the malice for not occupying forts in the area. Looks like Sweden's going to get independence as well. They're winning that war quite well there, so... Ooh, oh no, I thought that was the Russian flag. I was very confused there. I genuinely thought... The question of rights. Take Armagnac, renounce the core, or lose the prestige. Let's just lose the prestige, we'll be alright. We're going to gain a whole lot of prestige from the land we're going to take here, so... Right, we can bring home the guy from Portugal. And we're actually going to assign a diplomat to allies. So we'll do that. We've maxed out on Diplo points here. But we are going to spend Diplo points on taking some of this territory here, because we don't have planes. Nevertheless, make sure the Diplo points continue to tick here. So let's develop. Don't want to waste them. Also, at the turn of the year, we will probably get a -5 here instead of a +5. So we'll get a tech discount. Rebels. Gelran separatists. Yeah, I'm slightly concerned for the Union here, so we'll see what happens. But for now, that's it then. So cheers for watching. This has been myself, Matty Tomato. Be sure to subscribe to follow the series. And join me next time for more Emperor England here in EU4. See you later, guys.